In this video, we're breaking down the psychology of scarcity and how it can destroy your financial life. Scarcity isn't just about money, it's a mindset that can keep you trapped and broke and always chasing more and never feeling satisfied. But here's the real danger: scarcity will tell you that you'll never have enough. And when you believe that story, you're going to make decisions that guarantee it comes true. If you're serious about mastering your money mindset, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Now let's get into it. Have you ever noticed how marketers can manipulate people into buying things with a simple phrase, only 3 left? That's scarcity psychology in action. It taps into a primal fear that if you don't act now, you're gonna lose out forever. Scarcity isn't just a marketing trick, it's everywhere. Social media bombards you with curated images of luxury cars, dream vacations, and endless stuff you don't own. And what's the result? You're constantly feeling left behind. Psychologists call this relative deprivation. You might have more than 99% of humans who have ever lived on Earth, but if your neighbor just bought a Tesla, you're going to feel deprived. It's important to understand the scarcity trap. Why do smart people make so many dumb financial decisions when they're feeling broke? Neuroscience gives us the answer. When your brain perceives scarcity, it clicks into survival mode, whether it's around money or time or food. And when you're in survival mode, your prefrontal cortex, that part of your brain that thinks about the consequences, that thinks about the future, that part of your brain shuts down and your survival brain kicks in. And your survival brain screams, "There's a problem. We have to fix this right now." And then it focuses on short-term solutions to make you feel better in the moment. This is when you see a broke college student waste $50 eating out instead of investing that $50 for the future. That feeling of scarcity narrows your focus, and you're going to prioritize immediate relief over future gain. And here's the truth: scarcity is not reality. It's just a lens through which we're looking at our lives. And that's why it's important to deconstruct your scarcity story. What is the story you've been telling yourself about money? And is it even true? Every one of us has a money story. Maybe yours is, well, I'm just not good with money, or no matter what I do, I'll never get ahead. These stories feel like facts. They feel like reality, but they're just stories that you've heard so many times and that you've repeated yourself internally so many times that they go beyond stories and they start to feel like your identity. The first step to rewriting this story is awareness. Pay close attention to when you're starting to feel lack, and then identify what triggered it. Maybe it's opening Instagram. Maybe it's hearing about your buddy's raise. Or maybe it's looking at your bank account. Journaling can be so helpful and so powerful in this case. Take a moment and think about your earliest money memories and write them down. Think about what your parents taught you about money, either from watching them interact around money or things that they said to you directly. What experiences have you had personally that have shaped your feelings about money? And once you've identified the story, once you've been able to see the patterns, that's when you can challenge and change it. Replace things like "I'm bad with money" with "I'm learning to get a handle on my finances." This sounds simple, but it will, over time, rewire your brain around money. Then it's time to put actionable strategies in place for abundance. Here's how to stop thinking like a broke person, even if you don't have much money. Start with gratitude. Your brain can't focus on lack and abundance simultaneously. So every day, take time to write down 3 things that you're grateful for financially. And just start doing this no matter how small they are. Then practice mindful spending, where you're actually paying attention to where your money's going. A great tool for this is to deconstruct what happened last month by looking at where every dollar went. Sometimes that activity is mind-blowing, and you may see immediately things that you're doing that don't actually fit with your true intentions, your true values, and your true goals. And when you identify those things, it's very easy to cut those out. Then, moving forward, before every purchase you make, ask yourself, does this align with my values? Does this align with my goals? Or is this a purchase I'm making because I'm feeling deprived? I'm feeling scarcity. This single question can save you thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars over time. And then it's very important to build in some financial resilience. Create an emergency fund, even if it's only $500 to start. Diversify your income with side hustles or building up your skill set. And it's so important, invest, even if you can only start with $10 a week. Just the mere act of investing, even if it's only $1 a day, tells your mind, I'm building towards abundance. These aren't just tactics, they are shifts in your identity, shifts in who you are around money. Every time you employ an abundance strategy, you are going to be rewiring your identity. You're going to be changing yourself from somebody who's struggling with money, somebody who's feeling stuck, somebody who's not taking any action, to somebody who is building wealth. You want to trick your brain into feeling like you're wealthy already? Visualization is one of the most powerful and underutilized tools in financial psychology. Close your eyes and picture your ideal abundant future. See the details. What house are you living in? Where are you? What are you doing each day? When you look around, who is with you? How does it feel? Neuroscience shows that your brain really can't distinguish from what you're imagining to be true to your actual current reality. And this is where it becomes so incredibly powerful. Visualizing your ideal future primes your subconscious brain to help you create it. You may start to see opportunities that have been all around you, but you just haven't seen them because of this subconscious shift. Then pair this with positive financial self affirmations. When you catch yourself saying, "Oh, I'll never get ahead," replace it with, "I am building abundance right now." And repetition does matter. The more that you can repeat this to yourself, the bigger the impact it's going to have on you. And remember, building wealth isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. It's built on small, consistent, daily activities and wins. And every time you make some progress, celebrate it, whether it's paying off a credit card, whether it's having your first $100 invested, whether it's resisting an impulse buy. These small victories will lead to a lifetime of prosperity. Remember the psychology of scarcity. Scarcity is an illusion, but if you let it rule your mind, if you let it operate in your subconscious unchallenged, it'll become your reality. And the antidote really is abundance. By deconstructing your money story, by practicing gratitude, by making conscious financial moves, this is how you shift from scarcity to abundance.